Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barça, the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We are going to start with Ousmane Dembele, as many clubs have been showing interest in him lately, as his situation at FC Barcelona looks so complicated. Chelsea are the latest club to show an interest. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then, secondly, talking about this recent report also claiming that Barcelona are set to begin negotiations with this 15-year-old Brazilian Wonderkid Hendrick, who plays for Palmeiras in Brazil. Thirdly, talking about Robert Lewandowski, as it has been reported that his agent, Pini Zahavi, yesterday have bought 10 Barcelona jerseys with a player's name from official store. And finally, we are going to be talking about Jules Koundé, as it has been reported that Barcelona are facing a financial roadblock in the pursuit of the French defender. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. Barca, Barca, Barca. With just one game remaining until the season comes to an end, Barcelona are looking to complete their pending renewals with all their focus, particularly on Dembele. The two parties have been locked in negotiations for many months, trying to figure out terms for a new contract that would ensure the attacker's prolonged stay at the Camp Nou. So many reports across the past, I've been getting many reports across the past few months suggesting Dembele wants to continue at Barca and is willing to lower his demands in order to help Barca find an agreement. German publication Sport Bill's reputed journalist Christian Falk, has now chimed in on that issue, revealing Dembele's exact demands for a contract renewal at Barcelona, with the attacker holding out for a staggering 43 million euros contract excluding add-ons. The whole amount likely points to a combined figure of a 4.5-year contract, which would still create problems for our club, who are currently on a negative spending limit. We quite remember Barca are in a negative spending limit, when it comes to their records with La Liga. The journalist claims that Dembele has also demanded a hefty €5 million bonus if Barca win the UEFA Champions League, and an additional $2 million for every league title won during the contract period. The Sport Bill journalist has further revealed Chelsea's interest in the player, with Thomas Tuchel reportedly open to a potential reunion at Stamford Bridge next season. Tuchel and Dembele had worked together at Dortmund, and he would welcome his addition to the Chelsea setup in the coming season, as he looks to offload unwanted stars such as Timo Werner and Christian Pulisic among few others. Bayern Munich are also involved in the race to sign Dembele, as they look to sever the blow of Robert Lewandowski's potential exit, with the Polish striker looking increasingly likely to join Barca ahead of the new season. This Dembele situation, to be honest with you, I'm just tired of it. I'm really tired of it. Because things don't even look as it's going in the right direction at all. It's not showing any positive sign. Because recently now I've been getting a lot of links, to other European giants. Bayern the other day, now we're getting Chelsea. Of course, with Chelsea, this is not the first time they are linked with him. Last season, we quite remember a lot of links. And from every likelihood, to be honest with you, Dembele will not stay. He will not stay. Sissoko is even making things worse. We did heard that, Dembele have two agents, but Sissoko, being his main agent, is making life really difficult when it comes to the negotiations, which have really been stalled for a long time. And we just have one game to go for the season to come to a close. And if Barca don't find a middle ground as soon as possible, then how do you expect Dembele to stay? Because if Sissoko can be making life so hard, then indirectly, I personally think that there's an offer, definitely there's an offer somewhere far better and tempting. Because Laporta the other day, I did spoke about Laporta's comments the other day when he spoke about a wide range of topics in an interview. Of course, he spoke about the Dembele saga, and he did mention the fact that Dembele have maybe some offers that are more tempting than Barca, and that is why things are really difficult. The negotiations are hard to come by. No middle ground yet. Nothing have been agreed upon, and it does not even look as though it will happen. And as a fan, I feel really disturbed. Dembele have been performing so brightly this term. We all know Dembele have been one of our key players, but from the look of things are not going towards the right direction at all. If we were like, all right, we are still having a long time to go for the season to come to a close, then I think things could have been better. But right now, transfers are opening very soon. I think we just have about less than a month to go for the summer window to open. And look at where we are. We all have been saying Dembele should please renew his contract, but from the look of things, he does not even. Because for me, if Dembele claims that he loves FC Barcelona, because that's what we always get right, Dembele wants to stay. He have told Javi about his plans. Dembele wants to do that. Dembele wants to do this. But if you love the club, you have you are the one paying the agent. The agent works under you. You need to talk to him. You love this club. You guys should negotiate. But from the look of things, Dembele doesn't care. He doesn't care. I very much doubt if Dembele have even spoken to Sissoko about everything. Because Dembele himself should know very better that as it stands, negotiations between his agent and Barca are it's not good. It's not making any sense. And you still there claiming that you love Barca. I don't think Dembele love Barcelona. Honestly speaking, that's just it. Dembele don't love this club. We got some, this Sissoko of a guy was also, was also the agent of this guy who plays for, how do they call him again? Camavinga of Real Madrid. He was once a client of Musa Sissoko. But guess what? Sissoko was sacked by Camavinga. And had it been Sissoko was still there with Camavinga of Real Madrid, sorry, I don't think Camavinga could have been where he is. Why can't Dembele do the same? That's my problem. It all left to them. I don't know why. And all this claim of loving Barca, I very much doubt it. But hopefully, they come to a middle ground because we don't have time. We don't have time. The season is coming to a close. And we're still talking about this? Oh, no. I don't think things will work out. Except it's a miracle. Because from the look of things, the offer that Sissoko is demanding, Barca will never and ever pay that. Never. And I want them never to do that. After all, we have a lot of issues financially. How can we even start when we have other transfer issues to focus on? So let's see how things unfold in the coming weeks. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona are set to step up the pursuit of Palmeiras Wonderkid Endrick as they plan to start negotiations with the Brazilian outfit for the signing of the teenage sensation, according to reports from Sport. One of the most sought-after young prospects in the world of football, Endrick has been grabbing the limelight with his performances for Palmeiras and Brazil's youth teams. The 15-year-old forward stole the show in the Cofina tournament, one of the most prestigious youth football competitions, as he netted 6 goals in 7 games, helping Palmeiras triumph. Following that, the teenage prodigy starred for the Brazil under-17 side in the Montagu tournament, leading his team to silverware in that competition as he scored 5 goals in 4 games, including one of the finals against Argentina. Endrick has attracted interest from a host of top clubs across Europe, including Barcelona, Real Madrid, PSG, and Manchester United, among others. The 15-year-old has previously expressed his admiration for Barca, while also claiming that he idolizes Barca legend Rivaldo. Endrick also visited the Camp Nou and watched Barcelona take on Napoli in the UEFA Europa League earlier this year. With interest in him rising now, Barcelona are ready to step up their efforts to secure the teenager signing. As per the report, Barcelona plan to open talks with Palmeiras and reach an agreement for the signing of Endrick once he turns 16 in July and signs a professional contract with the Brazilian outfit. Endrick would then stay at Palmeiras until he turns 18, at which point he can join Barcelona in the summer of 2024. To that end, Barca are planning to make an offer for a fixed sum plus a variable component based on Endrick's progression. It remains to be seen whether such a move sees the light of the day, but as things stand, Barca are preparing to start negotiating for Palmeiras for the Wonderkid. Barca have been following up this young sensation from Brazil for a long time. We've been talking a lot about Endrick in the past, and Barca don't look like giving up anytime soon on him because Real Madrid are also in contention, PSG are also in contention. But from the look of things, Barca are on the driving seat. Honestly speaking, Barca have been linked, to the extent of the player, as I said earlier, coming to watch the Napoli game in the Europa League, which shows that he really loves Barca. And when we talk about his idol being Rivaldo, a Barca legend himself, that says a lot about the kid's interest in joining Barcelona one day. So Barcelona are waiting for him to turn 16 when they will sign that contract. But because of the laws, he can't come to Barca at that time until he turns 18 years old, when by 2024 he will be allowed to leave and come to the club where he has signed his contract. He's a very talented player from what I've been hearing, and of course, we all know the history of Brazilian players at our club. They have been doing fantastic, and I don't see this guy any different from the look of things because a lot of positive things have been spoken about him. I wish that Barcelona can really get along with the deal very soon. As soon as he turns 18, he comes to the club. It still remains to be seen if Barca will just directly integrate him to the senior setup or he'll go to the B team. I still don't know about that. But of course, as I said earlier, there are several top clubs with more financial strength than Barca that are in contention to sign Endrick, which means Barca need to keep their feet strong in order to win the race for him. Hopefully they do. Then on to the next story of discussion. There have been many reports in the past few days suggesting FC Barcelona entering negotiations with Bayern Munich over Robert Lewandowski. The Bavarians are reportedly prepared to listen to offers for the forward after he publicly confirmed he will not sign any contract extension with Bayern. Reputed journalist Gerard Romero has now dropped another update on that issue, revealing Pini Zahavi, Lewandowski's agent, is now in Barcelona. This could serve as a massive boost for FC Barcelona, as it seems to suggest the two parties are now set to be locked in negotiations over Lewandowski's personal terms. Barca are well aware of the fact that meeting the players' demands could be a tricky task given their financial situation. As such, they could look to find an agreement with the Pole before making an official bid to Bayern Munich. Lewandowski's current earns a gross salary of around 22 million euros in Munich. Meeting such wages could be greatly tricky, could greatly break the club's financial structure, while potentially creating chaos within that dressing room. But it appears Lewandowski is keen on a move to Barca and is reportedly prepared to take a large pay cut of 6 million euros in order to ease the operation for Barca. Gerard Romero further adds that Pini Zahavi has bought 10 official Barcelona kits from the official store with Lewandowski's name in the back, thus hinting at a potential agreement. Although Barcelona are yet to launch an official bid for the Bayern Munich superstar, it is apparent that they have the backing of the player and the two parties could soon reach a personal agreement ahead of the Poles' potential move to the Camp Nou this year. Wow, just wow. Gerard Romero's update is really interesting, that Pini Zahavi, was in Barca and I've already bought 10 kits with Lewandowski's name on the back. It's really interesting. And if this report is to be believed, then of course, Lewandowski to Barca, it is certain to happen. It's very, very certain to happen. But do you think it will be easy as we speak? I very much don't think so. We have been talking a lot about Lewandowski lately. We have every right to do so because he is the most talked about in the media right now, everywhere, when it comes to football transfers. The operation is never going to be easy. Lewandowski demands a lot, a lot, a lot. And of course, the good news is he's prepared to take a large pay cut, if he wants to join. That tells you how desperate Lewandowski is in leaving Bayern to join FC Barcelona. I think he's a very quality player, very, very good player. He has been showing his attributes in the past, how good he is, and Barca will really benefit from that. But I just want Laporta and the board to be very, very careful on this, to be very careful, because right now we are in a very precarious financial situation where one doesn't need to make any errors to bring back the club down to shambles, because we need to, the board need to act very wise. Let me say so, very, very wise. I know Lewandowski is a tempting offer. We need a goal scorer, we need a striker, and of course Lewandowski does just that. And I understand the fact that Barca want to fight so hard to get him, especially as Erling Haaland have gone to Manchester City. So it's going to be difficult, but I just want Barca to do it wisely. If Lewandowski is coming saying that, okay, 6 million euros a year is enough for me, not the 22 million euros I'm taking at Bayern Munich, then good and fine. That's a very large pay cut where Barca can offer him. I think Barca can offer that, despite their financial issues. So let's see how things will be. But from what Gerard Romero is saying, that Pini Zahavi was in Barca yesterday, and even went as far as buying 10 jerseys with Robert Lewandowski's name on the back. And I think it's brilliant. It's a very good thing to hear. How just tells you how Pini Zahavi and his client Lewandowski want to join the Camp Nou next season. So let's see how things will be in the coming months. Then on to the final story of discussion. Earlier yesterday, it was reported that Sevilla are very much open to hearing Barcelona's player plus cash deal offer to sign Jules Koundé, since they had an active interest in signing Serginho Dest, one of the players Barca were willing to offer. However, Dario Sport has put out a recent update refuting such reports. It appears Sevilla are in desperate need of an injection of cash, as they have a hole in their budget thanks to early knockouts from the UEFA Champions League and UEFA Europa League. They are in need of selling one of their star players, and Koundé is the likely candidate, but the club won't consider an exchange deal, even though they do hold interest in Dest or even Clement Lenglet. Dest was considered as a possible replacement for the urgent Jesus Navas, while Lenglet is still valued highly at the club despite his rapid fall from grace over the past year or so. But Sevilla are banking out on a cash deal for Koundé, with Fabrizio Romano recently speculating a figure of around 80 million euros, which would be enough to convince Sevilla. This could serve as a major blow for Barcelona, as they are not in a position to fork out such a fortune on an individual. So it is primarily the reason why the club are targeting free agents this summer, having already backed Andres Christensen and Frank Kessie. Xavi, though, remains keen on signing an additional central defender, and why the Koundé deal might be off, the Barcelona head coach had identified another top target in the form of Kalidou Koulibaly. The Senegalese international could be a far more realistic option for Barca, as his contract with Napoli expires in 2023, meaning the defender could be available on a cut price deal this summer. A lot have been spoken these days about a potential new top class defender joining FC Barcelona, and of course two names have been the most talked about: Kalidou Koulibaly and Jules Koundé of Sevilla. Jules Koundé's own have been like, I don't know, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, because there'll be a time we'll get a report that, okay, Sevilla are open, the deal might work if Barca bring the money and the cash and the swap. But now we're getting reports of Sevilla want just a cash, nothing more, nothing of a swap again. I always knew that this will end up being a difficult deal to materialize. Very, very difficult. Because 80 million euros, can Barca pay that for any player in the world? I very much don't think so. So, Jules Koundé will never come cheap. Will never ever come cheap. And if this report from Dario Sport is to be believed, then let's just forget about Jules Koundé. Let's just totally forget about that, because there's no way on earth Barca will be able to fork out such an amount for Jules Koundé. We just have to see. But Barca were really, really hoping that Serginho Dest and maybe Lenglet, that have been linked somehow to Sevilla recently, could play a big role in that deal to materialize. But Dario Sport is claiming that Sevilla don't want any swap deal involved in that operation, and from the look of things, they want but just that 80 million, nothing less. But I very much laugh, which is indirectly saying that Barca just forget about Koundé because they will never ever pay such an amount for Jules Koundé. Talking about Koulibaly, let's see how things will be, because those two players are the two top priority for Xavi Hernandez when it comes to the centre back position. I think we really need a top class centre back. Barca must get at least one of these guys. I really love the choices of manager Xavi. Koulibaly is a top-class defender in Napoli. We have been seeing his exploits in the past. Of course, if Barca can get their hands on one of them, will be very, very great to see. But for Jules Koundé right now, very, very unlikely. So let's just put our fingers crossed for Kalidou Koulibaly if Barca can get that deal to materialize. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video, and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, please endeavor to do so you always stay in touch with the latest in FC Barcelona here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.